Have we lost all compassion? That worries me, it does. It really does. I feel that we are becoming hardened. And that the more stories that we hear, or even witness, that would shock the living jeepers out of you normally. It's just becoming a number. You sort of say, oh, what, another one? It's becoming normalised. Mustn't become normalised. It really must not become normalised. Because that could be the death of us all. We have to stand up against this stuff. No matter how routine it seems to become. No. I made a video the other day about anyway, yeah, please hit the like button. And if you want to support the channel, do it on Patreon and what have you, and buy us coffee and anyway, I uploaded a video earlier about a Latino woman who found herself in a detention centre, pregnant, and she was crying out for help and what have you. There's no help. Anyway, she delivered a baby, a stillbirth. It was a dead baby. Now there was a lot of comments on that video that they're compassionate, but I had to go through quite a few comments and get rid of that were cruel actually, and a little bit. I was a little bit shocked in some ways. Some of these comments are like, well, she asked for, that's what she voted for. Well, quite frankly, we don't know if she voted for, or even if she was allowed to vote. We don't know. And this is like you're attacking somebody who just had a miscarried, basically, because of the conditions that she was living in with cockroaches and stuff like that, living in such terrible conditions, and she was crying for help. Someone needed to see her, some prenatal doctor or something needed to see her. She needed a checkup. She could have died. But anyway, she gave birth while her legs were shackled together in front of the guards. To me, it sounds absolutely horrific, and it's mentally a life-changing situation. That poor woman is going to be living with that horror, that torment for the rest of her life, and she's going to have most definitely some hatred towards the United States, just like right across the board what we're doing to all these other people as well, who are ending up in these detention centres. And I say we, because I don't see anyone in the West, including the United Kingdom, standing up against this blatant disregard for your human rights. No one. All they're doing is sucking up to him, to Donald Trump. To the point of it being, well, I felt like throwing up when I was watching Mark Rutte. Yeah, you could say he had some kind of it was a diplomatic master or something to do to get Trump on board and all that sort of stuff. No. That's selling your soul. I found it was disgraceful. When these people know full well what's going on in the United States and they're turning a blind eye to it. All they want is to trade. All they want is money from the United States. All about bloody money. Never mind human rights. Never mind treating people with common decency. Donald Trump is no better than King Jong-il. I can't remember now. Which one was the father who died? Anyway. Now, some of the comments I got on the video were well, kind of understand, you know. I can only imagine how many horror stories that we will never hear about. You know, little broken heart emoji kind of thing, you know. I left work yesterday, feeling sick after hearing this story. And I work for the state judicial system. And I just don't see the point in working for it anymore. F it. No person says screw MAGA and Trump. I'll do more than that. You do know what to think. You have it correct. The worst of humanity has gained control of the United States, definitely. Racism, sexism, the good old stupidity let them into power. And these are the same people who have been reprimanded, have been carted off and placed into these camps to be deported. The damage will never be repaired. No, it won't. Much of it can never be repaired. What can be repaired will take resources to repair and could better have been spelt elsewhere. You see, we're watching from abroad. Your closest neighbours, Canada's watching. A Canadian recently died in a detention centre in the United States. Ain't going to go down well, is it? It's inhumane. But in the United States, the anger is rising and there will be a limit. So, could be heading for civil war. What happens when you start going after people who, in gun carry states, like Texas and places like that? As a Canadian, I've never thought the US would descend into a hellscape like this. A clear case of crimes against humanity, and the lights are definitely dimming the south of us. You see, people watching. They're shocked at the level of depravity. This world has gone stark. Staring bloody mad. I'm sick to death of it, to be honest. Particularly the red hat that is spreading. And it is spreading. And it's spreading elsewhere. Misogyny rules Louisiana. See, this poor woman went through that in Louisiana. And I know, even if she did vote for that, I think we have to have a scrap of compassion for even voters who people did vote for Donald Trump, misguided that they are. They don't deserve that. Now that video I put up, it was a very poor performing video. It's almost like people clicked on it and said, I don't want to admit that this is happening. I might be wrong, but that's what it feels like. Denial. Anyway, what do you reckon? Is the American society in denial of what's actually happening on their doorstep? Or are they battening down their own hatches, maybe, to keep their nose clean and keep out of the way? To protect themselves and their families, maybe. Anyway, please leave it in the comments down below. But please beat the like button. And maybe, if you want, you can support the channel. Oh, there's Patreon and memberships and stuff like that as well. That there is. We're also doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting lots and lots of trees. If you want to take part in that, there's a link down below. Anyway, it's time for me to go because I do, Have a lovely day. I'm sorry to keep bringing bad news, but it's quite hard not to at the moment.